grade, we are going to be learning something brand new this week. I'm so excited in our word work time. This week, we are going to be learning how we can combine two different words into one word, and it is called a contraction. We're going to be learning a brand new type of punctuation mark this week as well called an apostrophe. And an apostrophe is basically a comma, but it's flying up in the air, that takes the place of either a letter or letters, okay? So we are going to watch a quick little video to start to get some background knowledge of what a contraction is, and then we are going to practice our new spelling words for the week, okay? So take a look at the screen for our BrainPop video. Uh-oh.
Moby, didn't you read the sign? Please don't touch. That's a contraction. A contraction is a word formed by combining two or more words, leaving out sounds or letters. We use contractions all the time when we speak. They're faster and easier to say. How do you form a contraction? The word don't is a contraction for do not. First combine do not and take out the O. Then you add an apostrophe, which is a kind of punctuation mark.
So first grade, a contraction is when you take two separate words, usually two separate words, and then you take away either a letter or two and replace it with an apostrophe. So the words do not, you can take out the O, move the N over with the do, and make the apostrophe where the O goes, and we get the word don't. Now, we use the word don't probably way more than we use the word do not, right? I bet your parents usually say, don't do that, or don't bother your brother or sister. They usually don't say do not, because don't is just faster and easier to say. And so that is a reason why people use contractions. So it takes two words, combines them, you drop a letter or so, and then add an apostrophe to where those letters go.
The apostrophe in a contraction tells you where the missing letters or sounds are. So do not becomes don't. You can do the same things to change could not to couldn't, is not to isn't, did not to didn't, and have not to haven't.
And so let's take a look now, because these are some of the spelling words that you're going to be learning this week. So this week you have two sets of contractions, and our first set are words that end with not. So for example, we have is not, okay? If I wanted to make is not into a contraction, you smash them together and you take away that O and you make it into apostrophe, and it becomes isn't, right? She isn't coming to your party. She is not coming to your party. She isn't coming to your party. Another one that we have is the word cannot. Now this word is just one word, but remember, for this one, we're going to cross out the N and the O, because it'd be weird if we had two N's at the end of a word, and it becomes can't. I cannot go to the park. I can't go to the park. And see how the apostrophe looks like a comma, right? A comma would be down here, but the apostrophe is just flying in the air. Can't. And that apostrophe takes the place of the N and the O. Can't. Our next one, would not. He would not take a shower. He wouldn't take a shower. So that apostrophe that's there is taking the place of the O. The N slides to the D. This becomes an apostrophe, and then we leave the T. Wouldn't. Our next one is could not. She could not get her work done. Remember, smash the words together, take away that O and replace it with an apostrophe. Couldn't. She couldn't get her work done. And then the last one, should not. Remember, you smash them together, and then you take away the O and replace it with a apostrophe. Shouldn't. Should not, shouldn't. And so a contraction is taking two words, dropping some of the letters, and then replacing them with an apostrophe. And it's just an easier and faster way for us to use those words. Now, besides our nots, we're also talking about wills. And so, for example, let's take a look at we will. Now, we could say we will help you, or you could say we'll help you. It's just a faster way. For the we wills, all you do is you put them together and you get rid of the W and the I. And you're left with just an apostrophe LL, will. This apostrophe takes the place of the W and the I. The next one, I will. Again, you put it together, get rid of the W and I, and replace it with an apostrophe. I'll. I'll go with you to the store. You see this a lot in the books that we're reading. I'll. The next one, they will. Again, put it together, cross out the W and the I, and replace it with an apostrophe. They'll. They will. They'll. They'll help you with your work. The next one, he will. Again, put it together, cross out the W and the I, and replace it with an apostrophe. He'll. He'll help you. He will heal. And then our last one is she will. Put it together, cross out the WI, and replace it with an apostrophe. She'll. This is a contraction for the word she will. So this week we are working on not and will contractions. The not ones, remember, you just put the word together, you cross out the O and replace it with an apostrophe. Then with the wills, you put it together and you cross out the W and the I and replace it with an apostrophe to create faster words that we can read and write. So you're going to head to Seesaw, and there is a spelling activity there where you are going to practice writing your words and making them into contractions, and they're the exact same words we just reviewed. Okay, first grade? So go ahead and get started on your new words for the week.